Good morning. Today I'm bringing to you another miraculously realistic tool with Kat Sturtz, who's here to teach you how to feel lighter and release some negative energy that you might have within your body. It's really even hard sometimes to know what you're feeling. And so Kat's going to teach us a tool that we can do anywhere at any time and that you can do for yourself to get back into a space where you feel less stress and more light and buoyant. So Kat, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to hearing your expertise because I've never learned this tool before.
Well, this tool is a mix of a couple other tools I was taught.
Mhm.
And then over time, I added a couple elements of my own that have worked really, really well. And it's a tool I use for myself every single day. I often use it in the shower because it's so easy to imagine all that negativity just washing
Oh,
down
I like
the
that.
drain, and water's a conductive conduit
Mm.
for energy. So, and I'm a science nerd too. So I like the science behind, and I like that science is catching back up to the more spiritual and
Mhm.
emotional
Yes.
and practical side of people as well.
So you're saying you basically took a whole bunch of things you did and synthesized them together, and this is kind of your tool that you've created. Oh, that's so
Exactly.
cool. Um, I also, when I read about you, I saw that you use this tool. You were going on stage in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. You were going on stage as one of the main characters, and you use this to help center yourself. So um, I love that this is something we can use out in the world, but we can also use it during a time when we're kind of stuck at home. So I'm going to turn everything over to you and take notes on what you say, and I'm going to mute myself. And so I hope that everybody benefits from learning this quick tool.
Well, thanks again for the invite. One of the things I want people to understand is we live in a world that relies on balance in nature. So, positive energy and negative energy both need to exist. The type of negative energy we're talking about today is the type of energy that's not serving you well. So when we release the negative energy, I want people to make sure that they're releasing it with a good intention for nature to be able to absorb that, like we breathe out, uh, the not the carbon dioxide, but the monoxide, whatever it is we breathe out, that the plants and trees breathe in, synthesize, and then give us back oxygen that we breathe in again. So it's a wonderful cycle. So when you're releasing the negative energy, don't think of it as, oh, it's terrible. I have to, destroy this, because it doesn't destroy. All we're doing is releasing it so it can be reused in a more positive fashion again. And I think that's a real important distinction to make. The other distinction I want to make is that we are energy beings. I mean, it's a fact of science, it's a fact of nature. And I even brought a little prop that I'm sure all viewers are familiar with, a blown up balloon. And I would bet that most of the viewers here, if not all of them, have at one time and another taken a blown up balloon, rubbed it on the carpet, and stuck it to the wall to show how static electricity works. And that's the energy that we're going to be using with the quick negative energy release scan that I'm going to teach you. So there's that. And then there's one more thing, and that is the energy that we're going to release is energy that we have built up unintentionally inside us, as well as negative energy that may be clinging to our outsides. Maybe we've got a toxic environment that we're working in, or we're dealing with a toxic person, or someone who's ill. And just by virtue of the fact that their body's not in harmony with itself, there's negative energy surrounding them. And us being sensitive people, it clings to us like Velcro. So we're going to get rid of both of those types of energies, inside and outside. All right. All right. So what I want you to do is, if you're in a safe environment where you're able to close your eyes, when we get to that section, go ahead and close your eyes. What I like about this scan is that you can do it completely in your mind. So if you're driving somewhere and there's roadway rage going on, you can do it then. If you're in a meeting and things are getting a little out of hand, you can do it in your mind, or like under the table a little bit with your hands. All right. So, what we're going to do is set the intention for this. And it's actually a meditation that you can do in 5 minutes or less. It's going to take me a little bit longer than that to teach it, because I'm going to walk you through it. And we're actually going to do it as I explain it. So, you're going to, if you can, close your eyes and relax. Move those shoulders down away from your ears, and just take 2 or 3 nice deep breaths. And as you're breathing in, I'd like you to imagine breathing in a plus sign, just a simple plus sign, and releasing when you breathe out negative signs. So that's going to be breathing in plus signs, pushing them all through our body, and then breathing out negative signs. And you can use any sign you want, but I really suggest using plus and minus signs because they're balance signs. You don't want to breathe in, oh, I want lots of money, so I'm going to breathe in dollar signs, because what are you going to breathe out then? You don't want to breathe out lack of money or anything like that. So nice breath in, and feel that whoosh of air into your body, going into your limbs, into the tips of your ears, all the way down to your toes. And then whoosh it out through the mouth. If you can, breathe in through your nose, imagining those plus signs, and breathing out negative signs. We're going to do that 2 more times. And this last time, I want you to hold it on the intake and really push that air all over your body. Feel it going all over your body. And then when you release it, release as much as you can until you're full out empty. That last little bit. And now that we've got your negative energies that are built up inside you, surrounding you, we're going to do the release. And to do that, I want you to take your hands. And again, if you have to do this in your mind's eye, do that. If you can do it physically, do that. And we're going to rub the palms together. And this is like rubbing that blown up balloon on the carpet. We are increasing the static electricity of our bodies. And the palms are one of the most highly sensitive energy centers of our bodies. And you know that when you shake hands with someone under normal circumstances, and we're not elbow bumping like we are in these days, and you read a person from their handshake often. So I want you to rub your palms together, and you should be able to maybe feel the heat. I'm highly sensitive, so I can feel heat and the energy between it at a great distance. You may not notice it, just trust that it's there, or you wouldn't be alive right now. There is energy flowing inside and outside of you. So rev it up. And we're going to start with the scan at the top of the head. And we are going to follow the chakra areas down: crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and our root chakra. And as you're doing that, as you're doing the scan, imagine all of those negative signs that you wished out of your body and that were attached to you on your outside of your body. All that negative energy that wasn't serving you. Imagine it attracting and sticking to the palms of your hand, like little iron shavings do when you take that little stylus across one of those little magnetic boards, or in sketch, and you're drawing that Etch-a-Sketch, and the little pointer is pulling up the little iron shavings from inside the box. And you're literally going to scan down your body, picking up all of those negative energies. If you're a Cancer like me, astrological sign with a Gemini rising, and you do a lot of talking and a lot of communication, you're going to find that you may pick up more around the throat area. If you're more heart deep center, if you're a worrywarts usually pick it up here in the head. Also here in the heart is strong for a lot of us. If you're concerned about money or security right now, your health, you're going to feel that down more in the lower part of your body. It doesn't matter where it's residing. The scan's going to pick it up. And when you feel your palms change, if you feel your palms change, or as you finish the scan, I want you to reach out and shake your hands off. If you're by water, like a faucet or a sink, or when you're standing in the shower, you can let that negative energy run right down the drain. You can just shake your hands with the intention that it's going out to Mother Nature. So trees and plants can pick up the negative that we're breathing out and rejuvenate it and give us back oxygen, fresh oxygen for us to breathe in again. This goes to that negative and positive energy balance I spoke about earlier. And if you do stop part way, then when you come back, just rev up your hands again, get that energy flowing again. And you can start at the top. You can start where you stopped. I go about 2 or 3 inches from my body and I just scan it down. Now, my knees are a little achy from all of the rain we've had lately. So I'll probably do a little scan around my knees just as a little extra pull of that arthritis out of them. So if you have specific areas that are bothering you, if you have a headache, you may want to go more up to the head and just continue that scan, shaking it out. All right, we're going to say that you've decided you've done enough of a scan. And again, you could do this in your mind's eye. You've done enough of the scan, and we're going to go through the second half of the technique. We are now going to breathe in positive signs, and we are going to breathe out positive signs. The first couple breaths, you might feel like there's a little bit more negativity still residing in you. Go ahead, release those. If that's what your mind's eye is telling you when you imagine those signs, go for it. Follow your intuition on this. So again, breathe in deeply down into the diaphragm and imagine all of that energy and those plus signs going throughout your body. In through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Again. What we are doing at this point is we're infusing our body with positive energy. And at this point, I know it's true for myself, and many of my clients tell me this. This is the point that they begin to feel lighter and brighter, that their shoulders naturally come down. So the stress is like melting off of them. So 1 or 2 more breaths in, positive. And imagine breathing out positive. So you're also surrounding yourself with good positive energy as well. One more step. Now that you have filled your body and your being with positive energy, and you have filled your immediate surrounding energy with positivity, I want you to imagine a wonderful white golden light coming down, almost like those glass bells that are dust protectors for knickknacks or those old intricate watches or clocks. Imagine this coming down over top of you. And this is going to be your protector. This is going to hold that positive energy in closer to you so you're not breathing in so much negative energy. You do have to remember that this does not sit tight to the ground, that over time, this kind of evaporates away and things can come back under it. So the scan is not a once and done. This is a scan that I really recommend that you do once a day or anytime that you're feeling particularly stressed before going into a meeting. Or like Jen mentioned, when I was doing community theater, and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf was the toughest role I ever played. I was Martha, the Elizabeth Taylor role from the film you might be familiar with. It was a very intricate, heavily emotioned character. And it was the first time that I was really scared to death that I wasn't going to be able to pull off the performance on stage. And I literally did the scan beforehand. I taught my George, the actor playing George, who was having a terrible time with so many intricate lines. I taught him how to do the scan, and we were both doing the scan before walking on stage for that. So that's it. It's mainly breathing in positive, breathing out negative, scanning to release it away from us in a safe way with good intentions, infusing positive, surrounding ourselves with positive, and then protecting ourselves with positive, wonderful love and light.
There's the first thing when you said that this then can be kind of almost like creates a magnetic force, right? And it pulls. What I thought of, you kind of described it, but like you remember those old like it was like the bald guy with the hair that was made out of the magnet stuff.
Exactly what I was referring
and like
to.
you would have, I thought so. I can't remember what he's called, something hairy, something. And that was a very clear visual to me, and it made so much sense, like put like a magnet. And then the other thing I loved was the protective bell, and you said a white golden light. And the minute that you said it's like the cover of an old-fashioned clock, I could see that in my mind's eye. And I thought this would be really helpful for people who work with clients, that you could like even do this between clients, because especially during this time, it's so hard to not take your clients' junk and energy on for you, even via, computer work or Zoom work, right?
Exactly.
Or if you are having a difficult conversation with somebody, or you're living in a house with somebody right now that you kind of can't get away from, but they're difficult, this would be a way to protect yourself. Or if you're in a room, like I can't be in a room where there's news on because it just depletes me so much. So this is, again, another way for me to protect myself in the house when somebody might be watching the news and I can't be around that energy. So there's so many ways that people could just do this on the daily or several times a day. It's the visual, especially for like creative visual people, I think this would be a really powerful experience. And the last thing that I love about this, for some people, meditating is really hard because we're supposed to empty our brains. But the way that you have us physically integrating with ourselves, like you don't necessarily have to empty your brain. You just are like actively very present with yourself as you're doing this thing. So I love this tool. Exactly. This is so cool.
Yeah, when people say, "Oh, I've never been able to meditate," I say, "Let me teach you a little tool."
This is a great tool for like non-meditators. This is so perfect. Oh, I love it. Kat, thank you so much for sharing this with us. I'm so excited. How can people work with you? I know that you're a business and life mentor, but that you have many, many other certifications and expertise. You're obviously a healing woman. Yes, you're a healer, I can tell. So how can people kind of get into your orbit? What are the best ways to get in touch with you?
The main place is either on Facebook. I'm Kat Sturtz on all of the social media, but I'm most active on Facebook as Kat Sturtz. Okay. My main website is rockingyourpath.com.
Okay.
And we do have a link for them where they can download this, a sheet with the steps. That's basically 10 steps. They can download that and read that as a reminder of what to do. And it also includes reminders about how we generate negative energy, both inside us and that attracts to us as well. And that's rockingyourpath.com/quick scan, all one word.
Okay, I got that
And it
wrong here. Hold on, let me
is
just.
a non-opt-in. It's completely free. You
That's
don't need to
very
give me
generous.
your email address or anything to get this.
So it's called Rocking Your. I have your. It's rockingyourpath.com/. What's the freebie?
Quick
Quick,
is the
quick scan.
quick negative energy release scan.
Oh, quick negative energy
Can you ask?
release. There we go.
Yeah, you asked what else I do. I've been a business consultant for a long time. I am a Reiki master and I do tapping as well. But my real love is helping people market. And I'm a certified guerrilla marketing coach that doesn't use that name. I am the purgatory relief coach for people who think marketing is hell.
I love that. I wish I had known you back in my first business when I thought marketing was like the just terrible, horrible thing I had to learn. But now I love marketing and it's easy. So I know a lot of people feel like marketing is yucky. And so if you're looking for any of those things, healing, business and life mentoring, or specifically marketing mentoring, check out Kat because she's obviously generous and she's obviously a very centered woman. And especially during these tumultuous emotional storm times, she might be a really great resource for you. So thank you, Kat, so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you again for inviting me, Jen.
My
It's been
pleasure.
lovely.
Bye, everybody.